Okay, here we go. Taking our doghouse off. So, 2 screws. Mine have been replaced with Phillips. There's one here on the left side, and there's one here on the right side. Now you go down to where the vent is on the floor. There's a 10mm bolt there. Nut, rather. There's a 10mm nut there. So we'll take those out and then we'll continue. Okay, those are out. See, we're loose. You lift and come out a little bit. And then we're going to, sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy, we have to disconnect this wire that goes to the cigarette lighter and the light. There we go, disconnected. Here's the plug right here. You got a tab you gotta move right there. Then you're in here. Okay, now we gotta take this screw, which is also 10mm, but it's also Phillips at the same time. And your vent will wiggle, slide out like that. Let's put that in the back. Here, these screws, these braces, just brace the glove box. Had torque screws in there under the dash. I took them out about the 5th time I went in here and replaced them with some Phillips that I had. Makes life easy. Brackets are gone. They're down here with the nuts and the other screws. I leave these screws up here because there's no reason to take them out. Now you have this bracket here. Let me go to the other side. And in case no one could tell, this is my work van. This bracket is 10mm. I need to do a little sun blocking here. If no one's ever been to Texas, the sun here does not play. One thing compared to North Carolina, actually, I don't take that nut off. I leave this nut on here. Just loosen it up. And I take this bolt out completely. I put it right back in the hole. Bracket's disconnected. This wire here that I have goes to my center console. That's from a Ford, but it works well. Now you pull the floor clamp, one on each side. And in this hole back in here, there's a bolt. There's one on the other side. Let's move the antenna for the power door locks. And you can see it. See, it's also a flathead. I just happen to have a 2-foot long flathead screwdriver. But if you don't, it's 16mm. My screwdriver fits snugly. That's the right side. Here is the left side. Get it up in there. And all you gotta do is back it out until it clunks. Like such. And I grab this bracket and wiggle. grab the stud, it will also wiggle. Have your seats moved back. I have this extra wire that I have to make sure it's off to the side, like that. And then this wiggle. Move my tools. The top will pull out. And you're basically done. Just take it and set it in the back seat. If you couldn't tell, this is my work van. It's one of 4. Far enough, it's out of the way. That gets the cover out of the way. I'm gonna tie these up. Been meaning to. But here's the back of it. This disables the ECU controlling the timing when you need to set base timing. Right here, the base of your distributor cap. This one has the top posts. This vacuum line goes straight up underneath the intake. Used to be plastic. I've replaced it with rubber because nobody had one. So this is fuel line. This goes up to your can up in the front. Now I'm changing spark plugs and spark plug wires because I melted this one. Number 4. It was just laying on the manifold over there. You could see where I arced it to death. Let's pull in. All that white there is where it melted it. Just baked it to nothing. This plug came from an old set that I had on my Pontiac, which also has more than 300,000 miles on it. Guys, change your oil, do your maintenance. To put it back together, it's the same thing. Bottom first. Just come in, bottom first, tip it under, slide it over, get it lined up. Do your bolts first. Side bolts. They go right there. Goes right into this little clip. If you want, stick a little grease in there. I do it every so often when this comes off, when it's feeling a little dry. Throw a little grease on it. Makes life easy. Do your clamps. Your bracket that goes here. Throw the vent under. Screw it in place. Get your, I have these to worry about, which now I know why my, look, wonder why my port didn't work in my center console. Now I know. There's my little flashlight over there. The brackets, then your glove box, run the screws on here first, then the 10mm bolts that are down here on the floor, and you're, well, wait, I forgot. Before you run your screws, hook up your power to your light, your glove box light, and to your cigarette lighter. Then screw it down and bolt it in place. Hope it helped, guy. As you can see, this thing works every day, runs every day. Just did the oil change. That is my PCB valve. Clackety. Good head. I can't see it. 316,600. It's 316,600. Doesn't sound too bad for that many miles, does it? Still pulls hard. Melted that because I was pulling a 4,500 pound trailer with all my tools in it. And I know this because Alabama says all vehicles over 5 tons have to hit the scales. And I was on the edge of being overweight for federal. I'm glad I wasn't. That little trailer right there. My own metal cage. I've got all the metal panels off. But anyway, guys, why people get rid of them? They're not gas guzzlers. I do 25 on the interstate all day. I only run super. I only use synthetic oil. Synthetic does way better with the heat. This oil filter, Wicks, makes it for Napa.